Hello everyone, my name is Stanisław Frejlak, I am professional one dan, and here we are discussing the first round of the London Open tournament which happened in December. The game was played between Daniel Hu, one of the strongest British players, taking white, and his opponent Choi Woosong, who came from Korea to the tournament, 7 dan. Here is the first, a bit unusual move of Black. Black plays a far extension. It's much more common to see 3-space extension. So after this far extension, one might wonder, what should White do? Should White split Black stones and show Black that this extension is too far? Well, Daniel decided to keep calm, because if White starts the fight now, it's easy for Black to manage the other stone, because there is space to extend. And maybe the other two stones will also manage to run away. Anyway, it will become a fight between this White group and that Black group. And maybe White doesn't need it in the very beginning of the game. Daniel keeps calm and just plays a corner enclosure. And that's a very, very smart move here, because if Black plays away, now the invasion will be annoying for Black. And if Black adds a move, this is what happened in the game. One exchange and then Black adds a move. Then maybe White is happy that Black spent so many moves here. Let's imagine that Black just played a 3-space extension and now White plays the corner enclosure. Now Black wouldn't need to add a move, and like this, Black does add a move. Well, I think it's alright for both. Now the widest unoccupied area is the right side, so this is where Daniel places a stone. And I thought that we could expect that maybe Black just plays from one side and lets White extend to the other side, or choose this side perhaps. But Black decides to not really do it yet, but to change how the corner shape is. So this is a Tsuji after playing that exchange. Black can play Hane, and then after another Hane, White cannot cut. But White is also not in a too bad position, because White can just make sure that the corner lives, and now perhaps take care of the two stones. It's a common continuation. How is it? Why didn't Black choose something like this and then play away? Perhaps Black didn't like that if White goes down, then these 4 stones become a bit weak. And maybe if Black chooses the other side and then also plays somewhere. Also, after this move, it's not really a territory. There is a hole. White can jump in. So Black decides to not fight for the right side at all, but instead get some strength to the top side. Alright, White adds a move, and this is a very well placed stone. I think that many could be urged to play something more connected to the 2 stones, but this is actually very risky. This is treating the 2 stones heavy, and it leads to an unpleasant fight. Black places stones in a good position because it threatens also White's corner, and White maybe doesn't need to save these 2 stones by all means. Like, if White plays elsewhere, then it would be not nice if Black can claim the whole top side. But let's say that White plays the move from the game and then Black just tries to eat the stones on a small scale. This is acceptable for White, because White already strengthened the corner, White will have more points there in the corner, and Black will have not too many points capturing White stones. This is the idea. Black plays this Atari first, that's very valuable, send exchange, and now Black can still think of getting something on the right side. And the next move of Black, I believe, will be on the right side, yes. It's also possible to play here, but maybe then White has time to play on the right. Both places are very big. But after this move, White also feels comfortable making such a formation on the top. But White didn't answer to Black's move on the right side, so now, of course, Black goes from the other side. And now White stones has already not very good perspectives of making comfortable life. Like, if White wants, White should just run to the center. Instead, White plays a calm move So white is waiting, and I think that in general in this game we can see that white was building a very solid position for many moves, and then got a good position. It was only after that black managed to let the game slip out of white's control. Anyway, after this move of white, where to continue with black? White didn't jump out. White is so much ignoring all black's moves on the right side. So maybe now many players would think of this cap, and this is a good move. But actually, you can often see that if a stone is so lonely that it is being capped even by a further move. Like this, black can get more territory if the stone eventually dies, and still this move doesn't leave white too much space for a comfortable development. Like, what, should white go out like this? It's not really great. It's as not great as trying to go out like this. So yeah, white stone is quite in trouble after this move of black, but white decided to not care that much about it. And the next move of white, I think it is quite aligned with the previous moves white made. So white was building strength. White discarded the strength of the stone on the right side, but built strength more on the left side. And now white feels that he has the right to strike at the weak point of black's shape. What could black do? Probably black could connect the stones on the second line, but this is a bit painful to be pushed down to the second line. And moreover, who knows what happens after white tries to split black. I'm not sure if white would like such a development, but there is an agi. It's not that white will do it now. White also can start from the other side. And then maybe white could split black. So again, maybe white will not do it immediately, but it's not a clear connection. So black decided to do it a bit differently. First, black made an exchange. White answered, and then, thinking that this is helpful, black attached. I didn't expect this move. I thought that if we attach that, we rather attach from here. And if white plays Hane, then probably we need to cut. And incidentally, this is the same what happened in the game. Black attached from this side, white still plays the Hane, and black still cut. Well, it seems that white doesn't have much choice. If white goes up, it's too easy for black. If white goes down, not sure if white can manage the two stones. Maybe white could, but black will stay connected on the top of white's stone. So this Hane is a bit sharper, and black cut. I am not sure if I would cut. Maybe I would still try to contain white's group by a move like this. And if white cannot now break through, if white is forced to maybe playing this move, black could reinforce the shape on the outside. I think this is acceptable for black. Black chose a different idea, plays this cut, and then white just decides to give away one stone because the main goal is already achieved. White managed to split black's shape, and now this stone of black is likely to die. Now a very big move is this turn. If black doesn't turn here, then it will be white's center to push once, push second time, maybe even third push needs to be answered, and white's area grows a lot. So black pushes and pushes again. Again, the same reason. If white plays here, a lot of agi in black's shape appears. And if black pushes, is it center? Well, if white doesn't answer, then it might be risky for white. But white decided that first of all, we can play this exchange, which is a painful thing for black because black's shape becomes an empty triangle. And then white decided that white doesn't need to continue. But then immediately the next move of black is this exchange. And well, it maybe seems unnecessary because even if we don't play this move, then we are all connected. Black's stone is captured. If black goes down, and this is what black did, black cannot live with the stones. But we need to understand how much black gains by dying with this stone, by sacrificing it. Later in the game, black will play this move, and this. So white's area will be greatly reduced, and black will gain a stone which will be helpful in all future plans of destroying white's corner. On the other hand, if white played this move, then instead of having 4 points up to here, white would have 10. So it's already a 6 points difference, plus this thing that black gets this move in center. And this is also very valuable. Difficult to say how much value this center move has, getting this move in center has, but might be another few points. So if this move is worth, like, let's say 10 points in black's center, then it might be good to play it. Also, so it is about the outside. So difficult to really count the value of move in such an early stage of the game, but this was a very big move. All right, white plays on the bottom to not let black expand the moyo. It's also, of course, a very big place. And then black starts the first attack. I wouldn't think of invading white's area right now, but maybe it is because black knows that such a move is center, like first the other, the peep, and then that move. So black feels it is more easy to invade white's area. However, it's so narrow here, right? White played so many stones, and still we go in. Perhaps it's not yet time to do it. Maybe we can do it afterwards. But for now, maybe we can just expand the moyo with a move like this or like that. Anyway, black starts a fight. White plays Hane. In general, after an attachment, you Hane, unless you are very afraid of what happens if your opponent cuts you. But Daniel decided that he's not afraid. And then another move. I think it's nice to see this flexible attitude of black. Attachment first, but then not necessarily black needs to continue. Let's say white plays this one. Black connects, takes away all white's corner. Maybe satisfactory for white. In the game, white went down. It's alright because it splits black stones. But maybe black still has a lot of space in the corner to live. In general, after this move, it's recommended to go down, because even though it gives black a lot of space in the corner, white gets power which could be used against black's group on the other side. This is the very general idea behind the descent. And here, this benefit is non-existent. We go down and it doesn't give us anything against black's group. So I don't know, but on the other hand, if we play like this, we give away a big corner. Maybe that one, even though it's an ugly shape. Maybe not good, because this is center, and then the go down will also be center. Maybe not good. All right, black cuts. What to do in this moment? I looked at the game also with Daniel. We briefly looked through the opening, and I thought that at this point I would just Atari, black Atari, but we can play this one, right? This should be white's center. In the game, white played Atari on the other stone, and probably white's idea is then to push here. So now it's not very easy for black to find anything in white's area. So black decided to just give away this stone. But this is already a bit satisfying for white, that white got Ponuki, a very strong shape. And now white just makes sure that black's cornerstone cannot do any harm to white. Black played this Atari, and this move might look a bit surprising, that black is threatening starting a ko, but in fact white doesn't really need to be scared, doesn't need to connect. Take a ko, it's not yet a threat, and connect a ko for sure. This black will not do. So what is black's idea? Surely black's idea is to raise the stakes of the ko. But there are so many moves needed. One move, then the next move, and then with the next move, the stakes are risen, but still it's a ko. White also doesn't want to connect, and white decides that anyway it's useful to strengthen the group and goes up. Why this move? I think that if white doesn't play anything, then white was afraid that black could, instead of capturing the co, first play from the top, and then capturing the co would be kind of center. So black would manage to capture that stone of white. Alright, and also this move by itself is good because it looks a bit at weaknesses of black's shape. Maybe in the future we could dream of cutting black. Black captures the co. Even though white added a move, black still goes further. So we can be a bit surprised, but the explanation comes soon. White plays a threat, captures the co, and then black plays this move. And this is of course a threat, a very big one. And this is the first one, and then there will be the next one, the next one. So black has a few very, very big threats. So black could annoy white with this co, thanks to this big number of threats. If white decides to not play the co at all, then the stakes are rising and risky for white. But I don't know, it feels too slow to connect, just connect. Black didn't start the co, and still we added a move in our group to make sure that it doesn't get into trouble. But I think I would still choose this. Capture, then black plays this threat. Could I think of giving away all of that? Because white already gained a lot on the top and gets two moves somewhere else. I don't know. Very difficult to judge such exchanges. And I can understand that often a player could be scared of just playing an exchange which is not necessarily good for them. Like this, it would also not be satisfactory for white if white just lets black win the co so nicely. So white connected, a solid move. I think that it's interesting where the next move of black was. So my idea when I look at this position is to develop the moyo, but where? On the bottom or on the top? Black plays first exchange to make sure that white doesn't ever connect. This would be a very big move, and then plays from the top. Why here? Because black thinks of white's weak group. So this move would not be connected with any weak group. Then white could add a move here, and maybe white is also looking at an edge of this stone. So on the top side, the position is more hot. It's more important who plays there because it affects future fights. For now, white is not that afraid of what happens with the group because it has space for making two eyes easily. And if black tries to destroy the two eyes, let's say black plays something like this, and given that this is black's center, black can sure just play this move. So black could destroy white's eyes, but even if black does, then white still has a possibility to run out. So for now, white is not too concerned, and white decides to not give black so much. On the right, starts a fight, starts attachment. Black doesn't want to just give white whatever white wants, because then the group would get too fit. Cuts white, and now it's more difficult for white because now it's not possible to capture the cutting stone. White could still just run with the stone with which it all started, but then black would be already maybe satisfied with the box on the top. So instead, white decides to give away the two stones, but get a lot of stones on the outside. I think this is a nice idea of white, and still there is an agi left in black's shape, which we will see in play soon. For now, white adds a move, because white's shape would be cut. So white adds a move, and the next move of black is very audacious, but also very effective. Black sees a weakness in white's shape and strikes immediately. If white gives away two stones, it's very nice for black because the agi is gone of that cut and many points, and black finishes in center. So white connects, and it looks like you cannot cut a group like this, but white cannot capture black stones. There is no ladder, there is no net. So white needs to now manage two groups independently, and this is a difficult task. White doesn't play Atari, white extends, black connects, and yeah, white has two groups, a bit problematic. Then white uses the agi to split black stones, but the next move of white might be better placed here to help somehow that group. Still, like, maybe black has a way to connect the stones, but still there is an agi to make a call, and white already gets one eye, so it's already satisfactory for white. And if black goes like this, then maybe white needs to add a move to live in the corner, but it's also move with additional value, it threatens a connection. So this would be all right for white. Like this, also white finishes in gote, like maybe in this variation or in that variation. But white doesn't give much help to the group in the center. Instead, white plays neutral points on the first line. But well, white managed to cut off black's group, and maybe white was just in an attack mode, thought that now black will make a shape, and then white will just try to enclose the group, and maybe the group dies. Black was a bit concerned with that possibility, so the next move of black is very fast at creating eyes. Immediately, black tries to get an eye shape. White tries to split black, but in the end it's not possible because white needs to reinforce the top side, and then black makes eyes. So white decided to not risk too much, just make sure that the group on the top is all right, and let black also be fine. This is a bit unexpected move. It's a double empty triangle. It creates a threat. It poses a threat of connecting back the stone, and it also creates a possibility of destroying the other eye. But after this answer of black is getting more to the outside, so the attack on black's group is not realistic. So if an attack is not realistic, then we shouldn't create a bad shape and play a move just on the inside, let the group run. So this was probably not the best idea, better to just jump. Then white pushes, and yeah, and black easily manages the group. Okay, yeah, black has one eye and black is out. White adds another move. So white is good in terms of territory. White has maybe 60 points plus Komi. Black should have less, but white has a weak group. And this certainly gives black a chance in this game, out of white's control. White played this move, and instead of just reinforcing the shape and letting white do whatever white wants, then afterwards, if black cuts, white will just give away the two stones. Black plays this very brave move, and the game becomes complicated, and white needs to manage one weak group. And actually, this is black's center. Now black can choose what to do. Black can, for example, attack the group with this move. Instead of doing this, or before doing this, black chooses another idea. This is a common technique. If there is a weakness of the opponent somewhere, not far, and we could just try to use the weakness directly, but then we see a lonely stone of white, like lonely but not too weak, somewhere out there, then we can attach to the stone. We can throw a grenade against this stone, and then if white ignores our move because white wants to manage the weakness, then black gets a big advantage locally. And if white answers, then black could continue. And let's say, I don't know, let's say it develops like this, white tries to fight here, but then at one point, who knows, maybe black plays like this, and then perhaps this influence is enough to kill white's group. This is the general idea behind such an attachment. Not sure how would it exactly develop in the game. Black doesn't continue with the counter Hane, black kind of switches to the other plan, plays this knight's move, but maybe black thinks that already this exchange might help in the future fight. If not now, then maybe in the future we will play this Hane. For now, white jumps, exchange, and black is pulling hand towards that stone. The stone is not to be given, of course. We don't want to let white has such an easy life. We pull the stone out. But then white also tries to complicate the things for black. Who knows, maybe black groups dice, so black needs to be careful. Black plays this Atari and later black is aiming at just capturing everything. But white doesn't connect, white plays a wedge, and this looks like a very good plan for white, a plan for a squeeze. If black plays here, we could play like that, connect here, black takes, white continues. This would be good for white, but black finds an alternative way. Instead of playing Atari from this side or from the other side, black extends. White tried to follow the initial plan and pushed, but then black plays Atari first and then captures. And then white cannot do any harm to the 5 stones of black because they can manage. And white would be only left with cutting points. So instead of going out with this stone, white just plays Atari from the outside. But this is a much worse result than this one, right? Black is not so much squeezed and is very strong. There is still a cutting point in white's shape. So this result is not perfect for white. And it was better to just play this move right now, to not give black that additional strength. Maybe black captures, but then we can play this one in center, right? So this would be better than the game development. White pushes, doesn't want to just go back to connect this stone because this would give black time to turn. Then needs to manage the group, the central group, but white is busy. Now white is managing the group in the center, but then black has time to turn and threaten the stones of white. White finds this move, which is a common Tesuji for connection. So if white manages to connect these stones, this game is still playable for white. If black goes like this, then this. If black tries an attachment, it doesn't help anyhow. So this looks like a Tesuji, but black found a very strong counter, plays an attachment in the corner, threatening to create their living group. White answers, and then black plays Hane and an attachment. If white plays anything just on the right, then black connects and black is happy with this result. Usually we would play this move and connect back, but now black can connect to the other stones and just make life. Also not good because the group on the bottom will suffer a lot. So in the game white plays from the other side, but then with this move black manages to cut off 4 white stones, and now black has clearly more territory than white, and after a few moves white resigned. Very interesting game, and the key to black's victory was this fight and keeping white weak, not letting white just defend all the groups too easily. Alright, that's it. Thank you for listening.